Good morning. Welcome to this week's installment of Pastor's Chat. I don't have a friend with me today, but I do have a special mask that I received last week from a friend whose wife is a nurse, and he made masks for Kathy and I that have a Christian theme on it. And also years ago, he gave me this hat that reminds us of the feeding of the 5,000 loaves and fishes, and it says from Jesus, "Show me the fish." Today, I encourage you, if you have not viewed last Friday's special video, to take time to watch and listen carefully. It is in our video archive on our website, and you'll know it quickly as you see me and two other people in the sanctuary with masks on. The video is about 11 minutes long. I interview two of our church family who are longtime medical professionals, Dr. Michael Stauford, an ENT at Advent Healthcare, and Stacy Jackson, an adult ICU nurse with over 20 years of experience. She also is with Advent Healthcare. We have now entered phase 2 of North Carolina's plan to reopen our state slowly. In response to that move, our bishop and cabinet has extended the strong recommendation to not yet have in-building, in-person worship, at least through June the 30th. They have given permission to have outdoor or drive-in worship, but for us, we've decided it would be too difficult to fulfill the guidelines completely. So we will continue with online worship services only during the month of June. Since we had started live streaming worship more than 6 months prior to phase 1, that will continue even when we resume in-person worship to reach a number of people. One of our strongest directives is that please feel no pressure to attend in person at that time when we do resume if you do not have full confidence in being here. Several families with whom I've talked have already indicated that they will not return immediately on site because of very real concerns. And as I said in earlier communications, we will proceed with grace, humility, and understanding of the decisions of all people about their personal timetables. This week, we will assemble and begin the work of a Reentry task force as requested by our bishop. The staff has been discussing ideas and been doing research and examining guidance from the governor, our General United Methodist Church, and the CDC since early March. And we were already building a list of ideas and things that we thought of. A small group of lay people will work with the staff to design our entire protocol and plans moving forward. The plans will be shared with you in many ways before that first Sunday together. And again, we will urge your patience, cooperation, and graciousness for one another and for our guests. I think it is important, since these videos are available for the general public to view, to state some very clear principles underlying our specific plans that we've used so far and will be in the future. First, when we began phase 1, there was solid cooperation by the general population with the difficult changes, especially as many people had their entire lives turned upside down. And I understand that I am privileged to still be able to work with appropriate distancing and using of masks, even as we provide worship on Sunday. We have mapped off the chancel stage clearly for each person there to remain in their safe zone and not leave that area and have less than 10 people in the entire sanctuary. Now, 2.5 months later, we know that people are losing patience and sensibility and have seized on the move to phase 2 as license to ignore solid guidance. Our congregation will not operate that way. We are part of a connectional church, and we know that what I or we do affects many others, and we need to set an example that can be emulated. Safety and wisdom will prevail. doing what I want with disregard toward others, is not expressing freedom in democracy. It is anarchy, and will only extend the duration and severity of the crisis. As John Wesley said in the first of his 3 rules, to do no harm. Also, the Wesleyan 4-way test for making decision-making is based on Scripture, tradition, reason, and experience. We appreciate the best of science and those giving us factual guidance. Even many years ago, the theologian Peter Marshall stated, "May we think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right." If you wish to discuss this further, you can contact me at or through the church. The Reentry Task Force will work through every detail that we can think of to provide the safest environment possible. No matter what we do, returning to in-person worship with physical distancing and without touching one another, only seeing people's eyes because of face coverings, and the lack of congregational singing will be weird at least, and it will be that way even for me. So finally, we will try to make this as fun and friendly as possible. The staff is planning to demonstrate the different moves of the COVID dance that we've invented as it pertains to keeping social distancing and getting in and out of the new bathrooms, touching as few surfaces as possible. Also, if you have really swanky or stylish or funny mask, make a photo and send it to Christina, so maybe we can have a fashion show in our announcement loop on the first couple Sundays. Thank you for listening patiently to these more serious things. And until we're back together again next Wednesday, be safe, be well, and be wise.